Welcome to Enterprise Friday on Enterprise Television. I am Kengbe Bodering.
And I am Henry Igwebike.
Okay, so starting up with our newspaper. Okay, we'll be starting with our newspaper review, and right after that, we will dive into our main conversation for today. So you can, reach us on our social media platforms at Enterprise TV 7. So joining us to share the matters at hand is Mr. Sonny Wanugo. He's an author, journalist, and a public affairs analyst. You're welcome.
Good morning to you, Mr. Sonny. We truly do appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
As always.
Thank you very much.
Yes, beautiful.
So, Henry.
Yes. So I would love us to start off with our newspapers, but just before all that, let's maybe have a peruse through all that happened in Anambra. The governorship election for November 8 it has come and gone, but of course it's left a scars that I think is very so important and we talk about here. Sonny Wanugo is a stakeholder in everything that went down, and I would love to hear from the horses mouth at this point what went down. So Sonny, I would love us to help us fleshing out what you think happened, especially with the promises Amopito made that he was going to allow for free, credible elections in Anambra. So do you think that was achieved? Let's start from there.
Thank you very much, Henry. Good morning, viewers. I don't think that happened. Well, but I might not blame Mopito because he was just very new on the block. He just came into maybe a few weeks to the election. So much of the blame cannot go to him because the Anambra election was planned almost to 90% or 99% before he came in. So I may not blame him. But to say that anything changed in that election, in Anambra election, nothing changed. If anything, Nigerians by that election must have a reason to cry. Every Nigerian must have a reason to weep if you love democracy, if you love election as an outcome of the will of the people.
So why would you say that? I'm curious.
Because everything that was wrong, Nigeria, whatever is wrong with our election in recent time was caused by the February 25th, 2023 presidential election. That announcement of a glitch in the IREV.
Yes.
That was what destroyed that crumbled the entire architecture of our electoral process. It crumbled it, and since then we have not picked the pieces. It has been worse from that time till now. After that, there was a lot of high hope going into that election that things were going to, this is it.
Yes.
But immediately that happened, we went back to what it used to be, and it even became worse. So now what we hear is governors capturing 25-25, 15-15, 30-30.
What do you mean by 25?
Yeah.
That is you win each local government.
Okay.
You win each local government. It happened.
Wow.
It has been happening. Because that will tell you that the election was not the will of, it's not the will of the people. Has never been from that time till now. So what happened to Anambra where they now had 21-21?
21, yeah, the whole of the 21
They won the 21 local governments. Yes. We tell you that there's something amiss. But it is an elaborately crafted political facade. You won't, unless you are a critical thinker or you look deeply before you find it. These people are very smooth operators, but no crime is perfect. No, if you are a crime investigator, there will always be a slip.
Yeah.
In this one, in Anambra, the slip was that APC won the ward 008 of Peter Obi.
Oh, okay. It was meant to send
a message, but that is where they missed it. Because if Soludo had won it,
yes,
it would have, people would say, it is part of the tsunami of an incumbent.
Okay.
But in this case, who won it was APC. Now ask me, what will make an Agloman take his bath, wear his clothes, then go to the polling booth when their song is, around the corner,
Yes.
and then vote against their song. What will make that happen? My own capturing of it is, when the P2B defeated Tinubu in Lagos.
And not just in Lagos, in his ward.
And even all the
they have never been happy. Every battle, every fight you see, every onslaught you see against P2B was as a result of that. So they were looking for something that will make them assuage their feeling. So the deal, because there must be a deal. When Soludo was going back and forth to Aso Villa, that was giving Tinubu chieftaincy title, and there must have been a deal. Please help us. This is for us to do this for you. This is what you do. You must help us disgrace P2B in his word, and he accepted. Wow. And then that was it, because there is no other explanation that can make an APC, which is one of the most hated. If in fact I'm telling you, Henry, that in a free and fair election in anywhere in the southeast, APC cannot get up to 5,000 votes. Anywhere in the southeast, that is, you make the election free and fair. No encumbrances, no external influences. You just go and vote. APC cannot win 5,000 votes in anywhere in Anambra, in the southeast, in any state in the southeast. Cannot. Because there's no need, there's no reason for it. So that was the slip they made to cast a slaw on the entire process that crumbled the whole process and opened them up for public scrutiny. If you are a right-thinking member of the society, you know that something is amiss. And that thing must have happened because there is already a prepared result. From my own perspective, there is already because you find out that most places you visit, apart from that, the fact that every vote in that election that went to the Abuja, the ruling party in the state, every vote, and when I say vote, every vote, I mean 100% of the votes we are bought and paid for.
Okay, so sorry for taking you back, right? You made mention of some things. You said these people, they look at some numbers of local government areas in that state, 30 for 30. So are you saying that these local government areas, like are they being paid for, to vote? Like more of, I don't want to use the word like bribe, but do they pay?
Every individual that goes to vote.
Were they giving money for
every individual that goes to, there is an agent that is sitting there or Sunday, and you go there, put your name down. You go and vote. You show evidence that you have voted for them, and you are giving the money. At the point, other political parties, the competing political party, which was APC, that was competing the money for money, got tired. They had no money. They saw the way it is, so they stopped giving. So from 20,000, when Abuja noticed that there were no competitors again, so they reduced the money from 20,000 to 10,000. And then further, when they now saw that the money was nobody was competing, they now reduced it to 3,000, and then to 1,000 and gala. 1,000 naira and gala. And you know that there is this spirit that follows public free food. You know that even if it is a cup of tea and it is being given free, you see people line up
so can
to go and get it. You know that even though they can afford it in their houses, but once it is a public free thing, people want to grab it, and that is our own mentality. And nobody is now saying this is I cannot do this.
All right.
So can we? Sorry, I need to pull this through. Now, so can you say we have now moved from ballot snatching, to vote buying, and how can this?
There is no reason again for anybody to go and snatch ballot boxes.
Since they are not.
There's no need. If you want to import stocks maybe it is in your character because there's no need for it. This thing, the election is now scientific.
Wow.
You should now sit in your house. Because what they are talking about as part of the successes of the Anambra election is before the dawn, before the dusk of November 8th, that 90% of the results have been uploaded on IREV. The question is, what are those results? What are the results that you saw? Is it because you go to polling units, the result sheets are not there.
Yeah.
So where are the result sheets? So these are the things. So what this one complements the other. Vote buying complements result sheets not being there, and result sheets not being there complement the vote buying. So at the end of the day, it is a perfectly planned something. So that you don't even need any talk. You don't even need to snatch anything. But then at the end of the day, that is the tragic aspect of our electoral development in this country. It is tragic because there is no way you can change bad leadership. They have perfected it, made the voting population very small so they can manage it. So when you hear voter apathy, it is part of what they have keyed into the political system so that the number was small. They can manage it.
Yes.
Because if it were when maybe 70% of the people population are voting, it may be very cumbersome and very difficult to manage.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
And because so, we know that majority takes the vote, so even if the minute majority takes the vote, it's a win for the
now, in 2027, what we are likely to see is that instead of you can find maybe 5 trillion naira will be voted for vote buying.
Oh my. 5
or 10 trillion because they have the money. 10 trillion naira. So when they tell you can never win, they know what they are talking about. They know where they are coming from. Make the voting population small, impoverish the people, make them hungry, so that they are hungry. Somebody that has not eaten and you now offer him 50,000 or 20,000, he will think of the pot of soup he needed to cook. You understand?
Which for him at that point is very important. But let's take a look at other growing matters, and from the Guardian newspaper, straight to our talking point here. AU chief dismisses genocide claims as Peter Obi tasked editors on nation building. Now let's talk about ongoing Nigerian Guild of Editors conference holding in Abuja. President Tinubu graced the occasion, and amongst the things he said, he noted there that the editors should criticize the government lightly, and equally said that everyone today is a publisher and therefore social media should be regulated such that people will stop doing the publishing themselves, which we all know as guerrilla journalists and all. But Tinubu equally failed to tell us how he contributed as part of that before 2023 general elections.
For me, as a journalist of 34 years practice, I think it is impossible to achieve the type of development around the world that is now become the template. Nigeria is not the only place where you have guerrilla journalism. But my people, I believe that truth emerges out of conflict of voices. You understand? When you have a lot of voices, you as a rational person, you know which one is the truth. So I will not be given to regulating even the social media. Let the good and bad exist. As far as I'm concerned, that's my personal opinion. Let the good and bad exist, and then let the viewer or the recipient of the be able to determine rationally which one is true and which one is not true. But professional journalists, and that is why we have GoCop. When you have those guild of corporate online publishers, you have them. We have about 140 member group of online newspaper publishers. Okay. Those are the people providing the purveyors of the correct aspect of journalism. You understand?
Yes.
So, whenever you see something that is not true, you as a rational person ought to know. But when you say you want to regulate the social media, you are handing over an instrument for people to destroy free speech and free public dispensation of public opinion, which is in itself a bigger crime than maybe false stories. The bigger crime is destroying free speech and free enterprise in terms of the media industry. You understand? You today, if you published anything, even if it were true, because it embarrasses somebody, you are picked up and locked up under the cybercrime law. That is one of the biggest instruments that has been handed over to people in public places or very powerful people in the society. They can just pick you up because you published something, even if it were true. But because he felt embarrassed, he said it's cyberbullying. They pick you up and lock you up for months, and nobody goes there to say anything. So you find out that that is a higher level, for me, that's a higher level of crime than falsehood.
Okay.
Than publishing falsehood. But then they keep trumpeting this in order to put fear within the system, so that every other person will buy into it. Well, by the time they buy into it, those people concerned will use it as an instrument to oppress free speech. So for me, give or take, if you give me the two sides of it, I will choose let everybody do what you are doing. The two journalists are there to, to let the world do their job professionally. You understand? But you cannot say because there are bad people in the streets or some people are smelling in the market, you cannot go into the market. If you go into the market, you must meet all kinds of people. You cannot say you can no longer go to the market because you meet so many bad. Sometimes you meet a madman in the market. They cannot fumigate the market because yes. So that for me, that's my position in it.
All right.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Okay, but do you think even if President Tinubu wants to regulate, the way news are being published out there by everyone, do you think what are those positive insights, or what are those impacts? Do you think there will be like a positivity in it, or what's your?
I don't think there's anything. I think that it's for instance, you cannot go and operate on somebody if you are not a doctor.
Yes.
You cannot go into the courtroom to defend anybody if you are not a lawyer.
You're right.
Those things are good. You understand? They are good. But in the end, in journalism, it's a slightly different, because a lawyer can decide to become a purveyor of information on in the social media to let people know what what the legal the law says on the so they can use it to propagate their own. So journalism and law and other professions are not just like the same. They are not the same thing. You understand? They are not the same thing specifically. I would have preferred a situation. They tried to do it many times. I would have preferred a situation where unless you went to a journalism school or you are a trained journalist, you should not practice. But the reality tells you that even with the new world order, that is not possible. It is no longer possible, and it is not only in Nigeria that is happening, that people have taken over the media space. People who are not journalists are taking over the media space. It is not only in Nigeria. If you go outside the country, outside Nigeria, in the whole world, there are people who are not journalists who are doing journalism work. So there is nothing you can do about that. So for me, this idea of, or this new idea of trumpeting this aspect of is self-serving. There are some people who want to put fear into the society to capture the free market of opinion industry and use it against the people, just as they are doing with the cybercrime law now. They are using it. Have you seen any positivity in the operation of that law, except to use it to humiliate some people by the powerful? There's nothing. Nobody. If I say something, if people say so many things against themselves in the social media, have you seen any poor person or any moderate person take another person
take action?
No, they allow you. If counter you with their own.
And it's resting.
But then you say it against a big man, a governor. The next day you are picked up and you are locked up for 2 months, 3 months. Nobody says anything. That is what they are pushing. That is exactly what they are pushing. It is not for them to make the society better. Okay. So when they bring this type of debate, some of us that are experienced in journalism know where they are going, and that's where they are going, to use it to suppress free speech, to destroy to make them so that whatever they do, you have no powers, you have no outlet, you have no channel to challenge them. So that is it.
All right. So we would leave it at this particular point, and just to let you know that Sunday Banugo will still be here to take us on our main conversation when we return. And when we return, Amaechi insists that their going or visiting America was not to champion a genocide against a Christian. That in the beat is still Enterprise Friday. Please don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back.